Hey everybody, welcome to CRJ 100, Introduction to Criminal Justice. My name is Walter Smith and I'll be your instructor in this course. I want to take just a few minutes to go over some of the fundamental things about this course you're going to need to know to be successful. Tell you a little bit about myself just because you're paying a lot to be in this class, or someone is. And so you should have an opportunity to know a little bit about me to decide whether or not I have anything important to say about the subject that we're discussing. And so we can get some familiarity with each other and kind of learn the expectations of the class. So with that said, let's go ahead and get started. My name is Walter Smith, as I said before. I come to education and to academia after having a career in the criminal justice system, mostly in the realm of corrections and correctional rehabilitation, both on the institutional side and in the community side. I've taught at the college and university level, community college and university level, for over a decade now. So I have a lot of experience in academics, teaching both criminal justice and psychology courses. Let me tell you a little bit about myself, just so you can get more familiar with who I am as a person, so that we're not just talking about the academics of everything. I got into the field of criminal justice because I wanted to understand why people did the things that they do, especially very deviant things. What would make a perfectly ordinary or someone who seems ordinary go out and decide to kill someone on the weekend, or to sexually assault someone, or to commit some other type of horrific act against another human being? I kind of wanted to understand what it is that would create the conditions under which that person would decide that that's the course of action that they want to take. The more I understand about the field of criminal justice, the more questions I have, but I think that's a good thing. I think that's what we're here to do, is to try to answer some of those questions and develop new ones. Outside the field of criminal justice, I am a loving husband. I'm a very proud father. I love my family very much. I'm also a student. I am completing my PhD program as we speak through the University of the Cumberlands. I have a master's degree from the University of Cincinnati, which was at that time and still is the third-ranked university for graduate studies in criminal justice. I also have quite a bit of graduate hours in psychology. And so I bring a lot of that to the table. I enjoy travel. I love to go places and see new things. The picture you see in this slide is of an old jail in Charleston, South Carolina, where they used to hold pirates and people like that. I had an opportunity to tour a few years ago. I love going to criminal justice places and just seeing the old jails and old prisons, and seeing getting the feel for the architecture and the experience of what it might have been like to be in those places at those times. Hey everybody, I want to introduce you to one of the wonderful people that I was talking about earlier that means so much to me. This is my beautiful daughter, Ariel.
Hi class, welcome. I hope you guys have a great year, and I hope you have fun with my daddy.
I want to take just a minute to go back into some things that are going to be really important to you, not just in this class, but in your complete academic career, and even beyond that when you go into the field. You're really getting a benefit by taking this class through Hazard Community and Technical College. And it's a benefit that you can decide whether or not you want to continue to take advantage of once you've completed this class. The single most important benefit to taking your classes and working toward your career and academic goals at Hazard Community and Technical College is the incredibly reduced tuition rate. Costs of college educations are exploding across the nation right now. It costs a lot of money to get an education. And in a world like that, community colleges like Hazard Community and Technical College are often the best bang for the buck. We have incredibly reduced tuition prices. And what that allows you to do is to get the first 2 years of your bachelor's degree program, or to complete your associate degree, at an incredibly reduced rate. On top of that, we've partnered with other academic institutions, and some of those academic institutions offer what's called transfer scholarships. So you come here, you take your first 2 years with us. Let's say you want a bachelor's degree from Eastern Kentucky University in criminal justice. You come, you take your first 2 years with us. you get the community college tuition rate, which is a great reduction. Then once you transfer to EKU for your last 2 years, you can apply. You get what's called a transfer scholarship. Now, what this transfer scholarship does is it applies to your account and reduces your tuition rate to a much lower level. So you're saving money at the community college level. You're saving money at the 4-year institutional level once you transfer. And you're still getting that same degree from the same academic institution that you wanted it from in the first place. You just don't have as much debt and problems once you graduate in paying that debt back. Also, small class sizes are a very important advantage that we have here at Hazard Community and Technical College. And that allows us to give you the one-on-one tutoring and support that you need to make sure that you're successful. You're not just a number in an amphitheater full of a bunch of students. You're a person, and we want to see that person succeed, and we have the ability to help you with that. We have a lot of resources on our campus to help you be successful. We have tons of equipment you wouldn't really expect to be at a community college. We have, for instance, a use of force lab where we can put you in real-world tactical situations that you might someday find yourself in so that you can practice the escalation techniques and things that you learned in the classroom. We also have hostage negotiation equipment, so we can do mock hostage negotiations. We have forensic fingerprint equipment. We have lots of equipment on campus that can be utilized. We have 3D scanning, criminal investigations software and equipment where we can do 3D representations and renderings of crime scenes. We have all kinds of equipment we can use to help you be prepared for the advanced jobs once you leave our program. And of course, we offer a wide variety of degrees in the Criminal Justice Department. We have the Associate Applied Science in Criminal Justice, which allows you to focus on criminal justice general, law enforcement, or corrections. We also have certificates that you can complete while you're getting your degree in computer forensics, criminal behavior, and offender reentry, so that you can have a bit of a specialization. Once you enter the field, you'll have that extra credential to help you get to where you need to be in your career. I want to talk just a minute about expectations. Now, expectations are a two-way street. I don't have a bunch of expectations for you and none for me. But these are the expectations we should be able to put on each other. As a student, first expectation is that you complete all your assignments and your readings on time. You stay up to date. Look, we're going through a lot of material. This is a very general bird's eye overview of the entire criminal justice system. That's a lot of material to go over. If you fall behind, it can be hard to catch up. So your first responsibility as a student is to make sure that you're doing the work, that you're progressing and doing what you need to do to be successful. Remember, this is a college class, and it's going to require college level preparation. You need to contact me whenever there's a problem. Now, I've lived this life long enough to know things come up, problems occur, and we all have times when we can't turn an assignment in on time, or this happens that causes a problem and keeps me out of class for a week or so. I understand those things, but the thing that I'm not is a psychic. So if you don't contact me and you don't tell me, hey, I've got this issue going on or that issue going on, then all I see is a bunch of assignments not being done, and I don't have any reason why they're not getting done. So I just assume you're not doing them just because, hey, you don't want to do them. So if something does arise, contact me. We can work through it. Participate in the class discussions. Each week there'll be a discussion board where you'll need to post a response to the discussion board question for that week, and then respond to other students' posts as well, to create that kind of discussion that we would see in a regular classroom and try to bring that to an online environment. Be courteous to everybody else. Treat others with respect. We might not always agree about things in this class. Maybe we'll have a disagreement about whether or not prostitution should be legalized, drugs, marijuana laws. There's lots of things we might have disagreements on. But that doesn't make us enemies. And we need to disagree and support our own position, but we need to do it in a respectful manner and realize that because my position is a little different than yours doesn't mean that we are enemies and we need to hate each other on every issue. It just means that we need to try to understand where the other person is coming from and work together to create a safe and healthy learning environment. And create an environment conducive to learning. Again, that's a responsibility for everybody in this class to make this a safe, respectful environment. Like I said, I may not agree with what you're saying, with what your opinion is, but that doesn't mean that I have to insult you as a person. I should be respectful. We can agree to disagree. Maybe we can talk and come to a consensus. But at the end of the day, it's all about respect and it's all about a healthy environment. Now, there's some things that you should expect from me. I'm not just here to be an overlord of the class. I should provide quality instruction and facilitate class discussion. I should create an environment conducive to learning. Again, that's a shared responsibility. I can't be hostile to you. I have to work to make sure that our environment stays positive and stays a place where we all feel able to learn. Grade all assignments within a week after they're due. Now, this may not always be possible. There are times when, for a number of reasons, maybe I'm away on conference or whatever it is, that I can't do that. But it is my responsibility to you, if I can't do that, to at least reach out to you and say, this is why I can't, and this is when you can expect those grades. Again, I'm not a psychic. I don't assume that you're a psychic. And so when you don't see grades being posted and there's no communication there, then that's not really fair to you as a student. So you can expect that of me, just like I expect you to contact me when there's a problem. Provide quality feedback to students. Let you know, what you're doing well on, where you're having problems, and how we can help deal with those problems and bring and learn the material in an efficient way. Provide additional help, support services as needed. So if you come to me with a problem, maybe you need tutoring, whatever it is, it's my job to help refer you to those resources. And to be courteous to everyone in class, just like I expect from you. And all that helps us create a class where everybody feels engaged and feels able to learn, and hopefully we can all get something really good out of this class. I know I learn a lot out of the classes that I teach. I get a lot from them. With that, I want to take just a few minutes, go over Blackboard, show you where to get to some of this stuff so that you're not lost and you're not trying to figure out, well, where is the paper and where is this? Kind of go over some of that. So let's look at that right now. Once you open Blackboard, you should see something similar to this. Mine looks a little bit different because I'm looking at it from an instructor's point of view, but yours should look very similar. Some of the things are still showing hidden to students. I'm still creating the course, so don't pay any attention to that. Up here, you'll see a group of different buttons you can push. Content, this is where you're going to find all the things you need to complete your assignments and do your readings and do all the work you need to do in the class. Calendar, these are for events that we might have coming up. I don't foresee there being anything in the calendar, but just know that it's there. Announcements, I'll try to, as often as possible, post announcements, just providing information about the course, talking about things that might be coming up, sending out a reminder. So make sure you check those out. Discussions, you can find those there, but that's not really where I want you to go to get to those. We'll talk about those in a minute. Grade book, this is an important one. This is where you go to look at your grades, see how you're doing in the course. If you come down here, it's got a Blackboard navigation. Watch this first. Each week, there's a module corresponding to that week. Week 1, where you're at right now, you can see is a Start Here module. It starts January 8th, that's the first day of our class, and ends January the 14th, that's Sunday. Our classes always run Monday to Sunday. And in each module, as you'll notice, they'll be dated like that. The following Monday, this is Module 2, and it goes to the following Sunday. If we click Start Here, we get a lot of information about things that's going to be helpful as you progress through the course. Course information, just some information about what the course is about. Instructor information, information about me as the instructor, how to contact me, office hours, all that kind of good stuff. The course syllabus, which of course is kind of the agreement between the students and the faculty member about what the class is going to be comprised of, what the expectations are going to be, what the assignments are for the class, when things are due. Very important information in the class syllabus. Make sure you check it out. Make sure you read it. Make sure you understand it, because it's really going to help you be more prepared and better able to do well in this class. Course schedule. This is where you can go and look and see what we're going to be talking about. It kind of just lists the modules as you see here. You don't really need this. It's just a good way to break it down in a more simplistic way. Here's my grading policy and assignment instructions. There's instructions here about things like the research paper and the history assignment. So you can go in there and find out more about what you need to know to complete those assignments. Here's some more information in case you need them. You don't need to read all this unless it's something that pertains to something you need. Accessibility services, if you have a disability and you need certain accommodations, you might want to check that out. It gives you contact information about who to go to and get that process started. Netiquette, information about just being polite and being a good steward in the classroom. The 10 essential skills. These are essential skills that we've seen employers say that they want to see out of potential employees coming into the field. If you have problems in Blackboard and you contact me and we can't work them out, and believe me, that is very possible because I'm not the most technologically advanced person that you're going to meet at college. Here's some information about how we can get help from people who do know a lot about technology and Blackboard and all the rest and can get us where we need to be. College resources. There's some information about different resources we provide to students as part of being a student at our campus. So if you need tutoring, you need some other services, you might find some contact information in there that can actually be helpful to you. If you're a dual credit student, a high school student taking college classes, we have quite a few of those in our Introduction to Criminal Justice classes. Here's some important information about who to contact, about different issues you may have, and how to get a hold of resources and things you may need. The syllabus quiz, this is our no-show assignment. It's important that you complete this by the 14th, the end of the first week of class, because this is the assignment that lets me know that you're active in the class. If you haven't completed this assignment, I'm required by the administration to let them know that you're not active in the class and you're not participating. Okay, so make sure you get this assignment in. It's really one question. It says, have you read and do you understand the syllabus and the assignments? And if you've looked through the things we've already talked about here, you will be able to answer that and say yes if you actually go through and look at the instructions and you look at the syllabus. And then each week there's a discussion board. In this one, I'm just asking you to kind of introduce yourself, tell a little bit about what you expect to get from the class, all that kind of stuff. Module 2 is more representative of what you're going to see throughout the rest of the course. Module 1 is a bunch of stuff about getting ready to learn, getting ready for the class, things you're going to be able to use to help you be a better student, help you be more prepared, things you're going to need to know to be successful in college. Module 2 really is where we start the actual learning process of the criminal justice system. Thus, the title, Introduction to Criminal Justice, is the foundational material about what the criminal justice system is, how it operates, and what it looks like. Again, you see that it starts on the 15th, the second week of class, and ends that Sunday on the 21st. If you click on that, you'll get a module overview. What this module overview will tell you is what we're going to cover in the class, why it's important, what competencies it's going to align to, and what you're going to be required to do to successfully complete that module. You have to read Chapter 1. This is a link to the McGraw-Hill textbook. If you have any problems accessing that, please let me know in week 1 so we can get it lined out as quickly as possible. Here is the PowerPoint that goes along with the Chapter 1. So this is just a study aid. If you want to use it, you can. I put it there for your convenience if that's something that you feel like you want to utilize. Here's a module video. Each week there'll be a video, usually of me explaining the material in the class for that week. Sometimes I'll have a different video loaded, but for the most part it's that. These are, again, study aids to help you be more prepared for class. And there's some information in these videos that you're not going to get out of the textbook that you may be tested on or you may have an assignment about. Here's the PowerPoint that I use in making the video so that you can follow along as well. Print that off for your own study needs if you want to. Again, these are just there in case you want to utilize them. The Module 2 quiz. Each week when there's not an exam, there is a quiz. And it's a 10-question quiz, each question worth 1 point. So it's a 10-point quiz. That adds up, though, toward the end of the semester as a little over 10% of your grade. So it's important you do well on the quizzes, but if you miss 1 or 2, it's not going to hurt you too bad. The Module 2 discussion board, you need to go in there. Remember, you need to answer the post and then respond to 2 other students' responses. So you go and you answer the questions being presented to you, then you go and respond to 2 other students. About module, I think it's 8. We have our first exam, and our research paper is due. And there's a study week before that, so we'll go over the exam a little bit more during the study week. Research paper, I'm going to open that up real quickly. And essentially, it's a paper over anything to do with criminal justice. There's some resource videos down here to help guide you through the process. So if you need more information about plagiarism, finding academic sources, or writing a research paper, I suggest you watch all 3 of these videos because you're going to be graded as if you have and you understand the content of those videos. Those videos are very short, around 5 minutes each, and your grade will be much better if you take the time to watch those 3 videos. And that should get you through the first few weeks, and I think you'll get the hang of it as we go along. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, please email those to me, and I'll get back to you. I hope you all have a great week, and I can't wait to start interacting with you through this course.